The last supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable Swart.
Thank you, House Chair. Arising from your response, Honourable Minister, the ACDP appreciates that the increase in the fuel levy, to a certain degree, was compensation for the removal of the proposed increase in VAT. This does obviously not make this increase any more palatable, given the impact that it will have on transport costs and inflation, particularly for low-income households, but it was obviously a trade-off. Honourable Minister, in previous budget reviews, you've referred to a comprehensive review of the fuel price. And in this regard, further, you, and maybe this should be rather directed to the Minister of Minerals and Petroleum Resources, but were you going to, the indication was that there was going to be a fuel price intervention plan tabled to consider the various elements making up the fuel price. How far is this comprehensive intervention plan in its proposals? And I appreciate that it might be considered a new question, but it is important for us to understand that given the impact that this one aspect, the increase in the fuel levy, has on households, how far is that, and can we expect something in that regard as a matter?
Thank you, Honourable Member.
Thank you.
The Honourable Minister.
Let me not take it as a new question in order to answer it. Part of what we have agreed is a review of that price. If you ask Minister Mandasha and Minister Ramkhopa, they are going to say, as far as they are concerned, there's no problem with the base price. The problem is us who are putting more taxes on that base price. So a review for starters must be a review on that price. Here are the complications. Here are the complications. It's going to require a number of structural transformation. For instance, you may have to finish the reform of the road accident fund. In the absence of that reform, you're not going to do that. Secondly, on its own, it's a major revenue source, the fuel levy. What we're talking about here is just an inflationary increase on it. It's not the fuel levy itself, this 4 billion. It's an inflationary increase on it. But its size is massive for the budget. If you were to say, so I'm raising two issues. You take the lower fuel levy up, you take the road accident fund out, your base fuel price may not be as expensive as it should. That's Mandasha's argument. Wherever, he doesn't say it in my presence. When he addresses meetings, I listen to So he's correct. But there are complications unless we're to agree that in its current form, the road accident fund, we must change it in such a manner that the society does not—
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
For it. An individual pays for your own insurance. That requires that structural reform and legislative reform. So
Honourable Minister, your time is now expired. Thank you.